Hello, everyone, and welcome to this installment of Burridge and Tom Rambling On. My name is Tom, and as always, I'm joined by my good friend Burridge.
Yes, hello, that is me. I hope you're all having a poggers day.
I can reach over
In
and
this
stroke his
episode,
face.
we will be covering Twitter. Oh, hang on a minute. We never changed
We'll be
that
covering
line.
Twitter. We'll be covering
We're covering
Twitter,
Twitter.
Pokemon. All sorts of drama has been going on,
Yeah.
and some other stuff as well. It's the usual nonsense. Don't worry about it, kids.
Usual
Usual nonsense.
Yes.
Wasn't he Prime Minister? Wait, no, that was someone else.
Well, no.
That was Johnson, not Johnsons.
Yeah, Johnson.
Okay, so let's jump right in. Twitter turmoil. Well, if anyone listening has been anywhere near the internet in the past few weeks, you will have seen the absolute nightmare of the former hell site of Twitter. Somehow, the hell site has got worse. Didn't know it was possible, but it has.
Much worse.
So last episode we covered the purchase of Twitter by Elon Musk at long last. We've only been reporting on it for 6 months. And it has got worse. He has fired so many staff. He managed to get all the staff locked out. More and more people are leaving. He keeps reinstating banned accounts because free speech is valid again. The thing is, it's freedom of speech, not freedom from consequences for your speech.
Yes. You can absolutely say whatever you like, whether that is right or wrong. But you shouldn't be free from consequences.
That doesn't
saying
stop
or
me from
doing
punching
bad
you in
things.
the face for being a bit of a. I love that button. I can't wait to have it bound to a thing on a stream deck at some point.
The nice thing is, if you swear now, you're censoring yourself. I don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have to go through and censor me calling any. It works. It works.
It does.
And it's a darn sight cheaper than a Go XLR. So, yeah. So there was I saw a thing about Elon Musk putting out a deadline for something at Twitter. I don't know what it is.
Oh, so if I remember correctly, he put an email out being like, right, then Twitter 2.0, you're going to have to work really long hours, effectively crunch.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
but permanent. Permanent crunch. At that point, it's just lunch.
And for anyone who doesn't agree to crunch, basically, we'll pay you 3 months severance pay off your trot.
Off with ye.
Yeah.
The only reason he's having to pay severance pay is because Twitter's headquartered in California. I think he's already looking at moving the headquarters to Texas, where there's like no regulations.
That would you're here and you're hyped for. See, well, I won't be watching the World Cup because that would be supporting
Qatar.
Yeah,
We do not like Qatar, and that's freedom of speech.
That's freedom of speech. Yeah.
Freedom from consequences would mean I could say that in Qatar and definitely not brutally murdered.
But it's okay, Tiff. You're welcome to watch terrible bands.
You can watch other sports
in terrible countries for a terrible sport. That is your freedom.
I would watch the World Cup if it wasn't held where it was. I mean, I was saying that like F1 today was in Saudi Arabia, so it's all a bit.
Yeah, that's never gonna get old.
I like it. It's good features. Good features. I'm gonna have to keep paying the subscription for this software.
Yes, you are.
To be fair, though, hopefully making money soon. So either that, or you can use the donate link below to send Tom £4.50 a month, so he can pay for Rhodes software.
Podcast users, you probably don't have a donate button.
No, there's community.
Go to our forums and support
media, and there's a thing somewhere on the website. I don't know where. I don't look. I just post my song of the week. Don't know what it's going to be this week. I'll find out later when I get the notification and think, damn, I have to do that. But yeah, so let me just have a quick look. A lot of people have been jumping ship to Mastodon, obviously.
Do you know what? Mastodon interests me because it's a So I learned a bit more about it. It's a federation of like servers.
The United Federation of Planets?
Yeah.
No,
So
not
it's
worth
like
it.
it's like it's all different servers and it's all open source and whatnot. But the whole idea is it's not ran by one company. So
Okay, yeah, it's like
even if you're on a different server, you can still talk to people who are on other servers as long as
it's
they've
like
got the...
hosting your own Minecraft server type
In
thing.
a way, yes. But they're federated. So if you have your server set up as a federated server, you can make your account on that server, but talk to other accounts on other servers,
Right,
and it's
so
all interconnected.
So it's like running multiple machines for multiple worlds and having
Yeah.
waterfall in
Yeah,
between them.
yes, effectively. And it also allows.
But it runs smoother than
for...
waterfall ever did.
It also has a YouTube, not quite a clone, but it has a YouTube variant, has an Instagram variant, Mastodon being the Twitter variant. They've got a variant for Facebook. So you can have all these social platforms, including YouTube's, but not YouTube,
Big and open source.
under an open source federated system. It'd be great if more people used it. I think it has a couple of million users overall, but
Yeah.
compared to what you get with the mainstream. But it's basically what the web was meant to be. The web was meant to be like this whole federated system where things all interconnected and whatnot, not just owned by one big rich person. Which is the way things go these days. Exhibit A, Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, so speaking of Twitter, Twitter has lost another executive after Donald Trump's account gets restored. It's not clear whether that is the thing that made them leave, but it's pretty bad. Also, Jordan Peterson's back, so yay. If you're a terrible person.
Donald Trump has been reinstated after a Twitter poll.
Twitter's copyright strike system is apparently broken, with one user posting the entirety of the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift in 2-minute clips across 50 tweets.
I saw that. It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Hold on, there's a link here. I'm going to just start watching Fast and Furious. Burridge, this is your podcast now. Deal with it.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah,
is it still up?
I remember showing it to Jess. It was so good.
This tweet is from a suspended account.
Yeah. Oh, I see, Elon. So, can't. Freedom of speech.
I guess it's not classed as comedy because comedy is definitely legal now.
Yeah. Apparently so.
That was what Elon tweeted.
Yeah.
And then he started banning people doing the impersonation thing, which is one of the oldest forms of comedy.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. It's
the problem, you scroll through The Verge nowadays, and every other article or thing is related to Twitter.
The most annoying thing is every time I go on Twitter at the moment,
do you keep getting Elon Musk tweets in your feed?
I'm just getting Elon Musk tweets constantly.
I literally told Twitter I want to see less of this. I don't want to outright block him because it's good to have especially when you're reporting on it like we do every other week. It's good to have a bit of an insight into what the hell's going on in that empty skull of his. It's just full of money, no brains up there whatsoever. But it's so bad. It's so annoying. What have we got? Reddit software community is laughing at Elon. That's no surprise. That's basically what half of Reddit does. The other half of Reddit goes along and sucks his.
You're having way too much fun with that.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I need to get it bound to like a button or something, so I don't have to keep clicking. But yeah, it's like the way that he's been going about firing staff, of going around and being like, how many lines of code did you write last year? And it's like, okay, so the people who worked really hard on something that's really difficult and had a relatively simple solution get canned. Or because Elon doesn't think they've worked hard enough. And the entire accessibility department's gone as well. So the department that bought you alt text on images and other accessibility features that we don't tend to notice as regularly able people. They're all gone. Yeah, Twitter's a mess right now.
Yeah, there's no other words for it, really.
Twitter is a big, stinky, steaming pile of shit. Currently.
I mean, it always was, to be fair.
Yeah. But still. It's got worse. The hell site got more hellish, like I said earlier.
I do have to wonder, actually. What does good old Jack think about this? Like, Jack. Oh, never mind. I don't care about his opinion because his bio literally says #Bitcoin with the Bitcoin emoji. So actually, I don't care about his opinion anymore.
He's gone. Shake my head. Shaketh my skull.
Yeah, I don't care about his opinion all of a sudden.
But yeah, Twitter is a mess. Stay away unless you're stuck there. In which case, I'm there right alongside you, soldier. It's still terrible. All right, shall we move on? Stop giving Twitter free press.
Not like they need it.
Yeah, not like they need it. This is you, Burridge. Get cracking.
Oh, it's me.
I don't know nothing.
Yeah. So, Pokemon.
I'm going to be reading this Verge article while you talk about Pokemon.
No, I've got a perfectly funny video to show you, but I'm wondering whether it will break the overlay if I do.
Give it a crack. We'll see what happens.
Alright, I'm gonna share. So, Pokemon!
What you should have done is you should have had your cameras running through OBS Virtual Cam and then done it that way.
Doesn't seem to work that well on Mac.
Yeah, well, that's no surprise, Mac.
Yeah, that's no surprise. So, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have now come out, and you know, back in the day, Nintendo games, they had the little gold icon. It was a gold standard of quality in a game. You knew you were getting a good quality, solid experience.
It's on my Pilot Wings box.
Now, with the latest Pokemon, not so much. So, the Nintendo Switch can run Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild quite comfortably. Sometimes 30 FPS, you know, it will fluctuate, but it will run no less than 30 FPS generally. So it's quite a smooth experience for what it is.
Smooth.
And it looks quite good. It doesn't look that bad. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, however, look like they've come from the Nintendo 64.
Ooh,
and
baby.
it runs like bleep.
It runs like
yes, that. So there are several examples I could show you on Twitter, but this one I just see now just made me giggle.
Right, okay.
So
yep, overlay's knackered. It's
overlay's
gone.
Overlay's knackered. It's fine. It's fine. You're Burridge and Tom now.
What is this?
It's yeah. I mean, I don't even know.
That's amazing. Can we get that as a loading screen?
Oh my god! Yeah.
That's incredible. I love that.
That is, yeah.
Sorry, podcast viewers. Basically, just to put alt text in audio form, there is a cat sat stationary gliding on its around the floor, around a football.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's quite amusing.
I'll stop streaming and then the overlay will fix itself.
And then I'll do that. Bam! We're back. Wahey! Oh, you can see all my Discord controls.
There are many other glitches. I've seen a couple of them that have been very amusing. I'm hoping I liked some of them now. Otherwise, I didn't like any of them. What am I doing?
Yes. Oh god, he's looking through Twitter again.
Yeah, I have to, because some of these glitches are genuinely wonderful. All I can really say is, if you want to see some glitches, just go search like Pokemon Scarlet Violet glitches, and you'll find a whole host of them. There's one where if you've got a second player, me and Jess want to try this because they've not patched anything yet. The game has not been patched. There is a glitch where the player who's with you, if they jump on their Pokemon bike thing, whatever it is, they yeah, they become huge. So like they're on tiny little Pokemon, but they're like really Stretch Armstrongy. So it just. And speaking of Pokemon, in the corner there, Jess is opening her copy.
There's just for the Pokemon.
But for the podcast listeners, there is Pokemon Violet that I bought Jess. It's her early Christmas present.
I'll have to get a copy for myself when I have money.
We'll have to play together then. The three of us can just run around and mess around.
We'll do some Pokemon streams.
Yeah. So the problem is, and I showed this off on my stream the other day, but it's really slow. The game is really slow. If you go to certain areas, it just lags the hell out. And it shouldn't, because it looks like a Nintendo 64 game. The Switch is capable of running far nicer looking games.
It's probably just really poorly optimized.
It's very poorly optimized.
Okay, good.
And the bugs that are in it, it falls below the standards of Nintendo from 1990, onwards.
Standard operating procedure.
Obviously, you always have their consoles were always a 50-50, whether it was going to be good or not, but their games were generally always good, regardless of platform. So it's sad that these games are really laggy, but I've not come across any game-breaking bugs yet. They've all just been... For me, I've only had the slowdowns. I've not had any funny glitches, although I've had one or two where I've, fallen through the floor a bit.
Yeah.
And random things like that. I'm hoping they patch it, because if they patch the game up, it would genuinely be one of the best mainline Pokemon games they've made in forever. I'm enjoying it a lot more than Sword and Shield.
I quite like Sword and Shield.
I
like the electric corgis.
Yes. I'm good old Hamper. Yamper.
I can't remember what it's called. I renamed mine Mandrew. So throwback to the Yogscast there.
Yeah.
Speaking, it's nearly Jingle Jangle.
It is. It's nearly Jingle Jangle time.
10 days till December. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
I need to get a Christmas tree for the background.
Let's save. Yeah, so it's sad that they're really laggy at the moment and buggy, but I'm hoping that if they fix it up, it'll be just a much better experience overall.
Yeah.
It's a good game, though. It's one of the better games they've made in terms of mechanics they've added.
Yeah.
It's just sad that it's all buggy mess at the moment. So hopefully they'll fix it up and it'll be a better game then.
You know what? Speaking of things that are terrible, Rust on a tangent here. On the staging branch at the moment, I don't know if it's in main yet, but they're adding the ability to build certain levels of building to hot air balloons, so you can actually build a flying castle.
Oh!
Yeah. I kind of want to, once I've got some money, I kind of want to get us set up a private server so we could do, streams or videos or something.
just mess around with stuff, yeah.
Yeah, do, some RP-style stuff in Rust.
Oh, I'd love to do Rust RP. I'd love to do that. We'll look at maybe setting something up.
We'll look into that, but yeah. I saw it come up on the Rust subreddit, and I was like, oh my goodness, really? Can you build on trains on there? Hold on, I'm just going to have a quick look through the changelog.
Oh my god, that
for Rust, because we last played it 6 months ago when they added trains.
We played it when they added the trains.
I wanted to make Snowpiercer.
Stupidly biggest train.
I wanted to make Snowpiercer 1001 cars long. Did we get to 30 something?
Yeah, 36? We had a ridiculous amount of.
We had 5 engines set to medium power at all times just to get it moving.
To push it. Yeah.
That was good though.
Oh, it was good fun. Yeah, no, we'll have to get a private server set up and then do some Rust RP stuff then.
Yeah.
It'd almost be like a public version of our SMP for Minecraft, but
kind of, yeah. Community update. Charitable Rust. What?
Charitable Rust.
Rust is doing charity things.
Good
Prototype 17. Oh, there's like a new gun, I think. Oh, there's a new train car by the looks.
A new train car. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it's called a caboose and it's got a casino inside it. That's incredible.
Oh my
Oh,
god, the moving casino.
the
I
RP
love
things
it.
you could do with that is kind of epic. So hold on. Charitable Rust. Connect accounts with Twitch. Rust's 9 years old this month. Next
Oh my
month.
god.
December 11th. Rust is going to be 9.
2013.
Yikes.
That is incredible. I've been playing Rust nearly that long. Wow.
I
think
been
I've got
playing Rust
screenshots
for
from early
6
2014.
to 7 years.
I've got screenshots on my Steam account from early 2014, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
When it was basically a zombie survival game. Was how it
Yeah.
started, almost.
Oh, there's newer UI improvements for the furnace as well.
Ooh. I like some UI improvements.
So it's now got like a separate like inventory block for fuel, stuff to smelt, and then the output. So you don't have to manage it quite as bad as you used to. Okay, it looks like there's some good stuff. We're gonna have to play some Rust at some
Have
point.
to do some Rust then. That's fine.
Might stream some on some public servers and then look at getting a private server back.
Just so
One that we
could
don't
mess
invite
around
the
with stuff.
tryhards to.
Oh yeah, no. One where we, actually mess around with stuff and just
Yeah.
make it more RP heavy rather than you got to raid people. Make it
Yeah.
more RP. That'd be fun.
Oh, the train yard is linked up to the rail network now as well. Like the actual train yard monument.
Ooh.
And you can drive the train in there. Also, there's new locomotives. They've got proper American style locos. I'm gonna have to go play Rust after we do this.
Yeah,
I was gonna go for a nap, but I'm gonna go play Rust instead. That wasn't even on the topic list today. It was just because Burridge mentioned something broken, and I got reminded of flying houses on staging branch on Rust, and I was like, "That's amazing."
So Tom's off to play staging branch Rust after this.
No, I'm gonna go play regular Rust. I want to play with the new trains, the new trains. I might just run a server on my machine actually and test. Been a while since I've done that.
To get Rust downloaded. I'll download it while I'm playing Pokemon.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of things that are broken again, Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster severely broke at the pre-sale launch of tickets for Taylor Swift's whatever her tour is called, the Era Tour? Eras Tour.
I wrote more songs about an ex-boyfriend tour.
I'm not going to lie though, Antihero slaps from the new album. So, I'm not going to hear none of that, thank you. I mean, it's all she writes about, but still. Don't you dare go after Queen Taylor.
Oh, I will.
No, do not.
It's terrible.
So, yeah, there were 3.5 million people signed up for the Genuine Fans pre-sale. The drama. Let me spill the tea. Basically, there's obviously only a limited number of tickets available for each event, and pre-sale's one of the few ways you can secure a good price ticket before going in. Well, it's unknown exactly how many people. They believe it's around the 3.5 million people mark that were registered for the verified fan program. And roughly 15% of people that were attempting to buy tickets kept getting error screens. And they classed it as historically unprecedented demand. They could learn from Glastonbury here, because Glastonbury doesn't have 3.5 million people trying to buy tickets every year. But damn, it's like I've never known the Glastonbury website to crash from demand. I know that they normally sell out of tickets within 20 minutes of opening sales. I think their record was like 5 minutes once for like 100,000 tickets. A couple hundred quid a pop.
They have a lot of tickets, don't
It's nuts. Imagine willingly going to Glastonbury.
Yeah, imagine
it's
that.
Just wrong. It's too close to. Well, it's next door to street.
Ticketmaster is the worst ticket website, honestly. All tea, no shade.
Yeah. Ticketmaster is actually because of what has happened with the Taylor Swift thing. Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez has tweeted that Ticketmaster is a monopoly and needs to be broken up. So it's getting attention from politicians over in America. But yeah, Ticketmaster also said that it was cancelling the planned public ticket sale as it had sold all the tickets it had available to the pre-sale fans. It's spicy.
Surely if they only had 3,000 tickets available for the pre-sale, how have they oversold?
I don't know whether they had like a certain amount allocated for pre-sale or whether they just put all of the available tickets up for pre-sale. In which case, that's
right.
Kind of a stupid thing, but then I guess if you really do want to go see Tay-Tay, you sign up for the Superfan program. But it's so bad.
Yeah.
The Department of Justice has opened an antitrust investigation into Live Nation. That's good fun.
Yeah, their merger with Live Nation is getting looked at. After they bungled the... But the funny thing is, if they didn't bungle the pre-sale, they would have continued being a monopoly and no one would have given them.
Yeah, literally. It's because of Queen Taylor that this is being fixed. I'm not simping, I promise. I'm not. Leave me alone.
Okay. I'll leave you to simp
Leave me alone. Let's go talk about something a bit more positive.
And just cool.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. So, let's throw back to 2016, was it? Earlier than that, I want to say. When was the Google Glass announced?
Oh.
Because I have a feeling this thing that they've announced here is what Glass was supposed to be.
2015.
2015. I was close. 1 year out. Throw back to 2015 when the big thing was Google Glass, a nice augmented reality headset that gives you a heads-up display over your right eye and allows you to see the world in augmented reality. Well, what Google have announced as a new feature for Google Maps launching this coming week.
Oh, correction. 2012 it was originally announced.
2012.
Yep, sorry. In April, the product was publicly announced in April 2012, with a prototype of the glass to an April 5th, 2012 Foundation something. Event.
Words.
And then they killed it in 2019.
It's still a product. You just can't buy it as a consumer.
Oh, right, okay.
Or was that... yeah. It's like HoloLens. It's more industry now. Actually, Google might have cancelled it. Google... Yeah, but... So, Google Maps has announced a new live view augmented reality feature for London, New York City, Los Angeles, and a few other cities. Thanks, The Verge, for narrowing it down. Basically, it will allow you to use your phone's camera and GPS system to locate landmarks around you, things like ATMs, coffee shops, etc. So you could stand in the middle of Oxford Street and swing your phone around and find something useful.
Ooh.
Find something that's not just shops selling tourist tat and bloody luggage and everything. You know? So, So apparently all you have to do, if you're in a city where live view is available, you just tap the camera button in the Google Maps search bar and point your phone's camera at the building and places nearby, and dots will pop up telling you what it is. So it's basically like the dots that already exist on Google Maps for like, there's a cafe here, there's an ATM here, but it'll do that when you're looking at a building. That's pretty cool, actually. I like that.
That's a helpful way of like navigating.
It really is. Like
instead of looking down, you could have your phone like in front of you, following it along, and then you like go, oh, that's something there.
I don't have any problem navigating from a map, but I know that a lot of people who are I know a lot of people who are navigationally challenged And this could be very useful for them. It's rolling out to Android and iOS apparently on the coming Monday.
Well, as in tomorrow, or
as in tomorrow.
Yeah.
At least that's the planned release date. That could be US only. It's not specified in the article.
For podcast listeners, if you're listening to the day of intended release, today,
yeah,
November the 21st, for those not listening on launch day.
There's also new features, which I've just found, which is incredible. Okay, thanks, tablet. It's just crashed my Chrome. Chrome, come back. There we go. A new update to Google Maps. So they added a feature on navigation where you can choose your vehicle's fuel type, and it will navigate you via the most fuel-efficient route for you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I've been seeing the little leaf.
Yeah, like 18% more economical. Yeah. Make sure it's set for your right fuel type. Because, like, big, wide, fast roads are better for diesels, but not petrols and such and such. But they're adding a new feature where you can search for electric vehicle charging stations and filter by fast charge, which helps you find charging stations that provide 50 kilowatts of power, which, strangely enough, I'm looking at getting an electric van at some point, and that will be very helpful. I mean, I still use the Zap Charge, or whatever it's called, app to find them at the moment, because I need to scout out how viable it is. Burridge does have a beard, yeah.
Oh my god, Burridge has a beard. I do indeed.
He does.
I do indeed.
Yeah, and Google is also making an accessible places feature, which lets you see if a destination on maps is wheelchair accessible. Available It'll be available globally, and it first launched in 2020 in Australia, Japan, the UK, and the US. So now everywhere else in the world will be able to accept disabled people.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what Burridge looks like. It's terrible.
What I look like.
we can improve this. I just need to find an image and put it over his face.
How rude. How very rude.
And there's new features coming to search too. The Google will allow you to search for an exact meal and see what restaurants serve it near you. And this feature will be available on mobile in the Android and iOS Google apps. So not Chrome, Google specifically. Because they are two separate apps, despite the fact they behave exactly the same, basically.
Beard.
Yeah, there's a thing going on.
Chat is losing their minds over my beard.
And yep, that's about it for Google today. Which I believe brings us on to the final topic. Which is... FTX collapsing.
Ah, yes.
The major cryptocurrency exchange platform, FTX, has gone and committed die. It has no money left. It is gone, son. Never to be seen again. It was the second largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world after Binance.
Yeah.
And it went from nearly $16 billion to zero within days. That was the fortune of the founder, Sam Bankman-Fried. He got in trouble. Well, it's spelt fried, but I don't think his actual surname should be Fried. Because fried is what you do to a breakfast.
Watch Tom's Tavern,
episode 1. Available on YouTube and all good podcast sources. His personal fortune went from $16 billion to nearly zero. As his crypto empire filed for bankruptcy on the 11th of November. I do know he's in trouble for what is it? What's it called? Money laundering. When you put your cash in the washing machine. So yeah, it's all gone wrong. Despite the fact that FTX wasn't a singular entity, it was sort of an amalgamation of over 100 different companies that basically traded different currencies and all that nonsense. It is gone. It is
I mean,
gone.
I mean,
Well, it's still there, but it's not there.
I mean,
We do put cats in the washer. How else are we supposed to clean our cats and our cash?
I mean, you know, I have no sympathy for the crypto bros. I just don't.
Yeah, it's the only concerning thing is if your bank had like a load of crypto assets.
Yeah, if your bank had a load of crypto assets, that's bad,
Yeah.
of course. But yeah, I just don't have sympathy for crypto bros. I have no interest in crypto. I don't. The amount of scamming that goes on through it.
Actually, okay, so looking at the why did it collapse section of this article, it's literally because of effectively a scam why it collapsed.
Whoa!
So, FTX had a token called FTT, which is effectively a share in the overall company. And the company issued that token itself and promised to buy it back using a portion of its profits. So basically the equivalent of a bond. If anyone understands what those are, because I don't. The finance world is scary.
Yes.
Scary, hairy, and very, very Larry. But according to documents leaked, suggested that Alameda, which is the hedge fund that the FTX group ran, was using FTT to make very risky loans. So yeah, it's not. No, it wouldn't. But yep. So it all went wrong because of sketchy stuff. Oh yeah. So this revelation came out that FTX were making these very, very sketchy loans using their own token, and Binance, which was the other company, the largest one, held a bunch of it, and then they announced they were going to sell it all because it was sketchy. And yeah, that created what's called a run, which is where, say, Lloyd's Bank said, right, we're going to sell all of our shares in Group PSA because they've done something sketchy. That'll mean that a lot of people who hold shares in Group PSA will see that stock as weak now and want to sell now while it's still worth something, rather than waiting and selling it when it's not worth anything. So yeah,
No ears.
it doesn't have any ears because he wears over ears. I wear in ears.
Have ears. There they are. There's one.
No, they're not. Stop lying, Burridge.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, so a bankruptcy specialist has said that never in his career has he seen such a complete failure of corporate controls in regards to FTX. So, yeah, FTX is like gone. Some people will get their money back, some people won't. I do feel sorry for anyone that was stupid enough to fall for the scam and have their funds tied up in this nightmarish hellhole of a company's organizational structure. And this is why you don't do pyramid schemes, kids. It's just interesting there. Like, as there's probably going to be a point where the bubble bursts and crypto loses its value, like the .com burst of 2000 and whenever 2006. No, earlier than that, 2002, wasn't it?
Oh God.
Hey Siri, when did the .com bubble burst?
Here's what I found from wikipedia.org.
2000.
2000. The .com bubble.
Cheers, Siri. Yeah, that's me. Got to keep it professional. got to keep things on topic, not talk about Burridge's ears. But yeah, so it is. It's all gone. It's gone. But there's going to be a point where the crypto bubble's going to pop, and more companies are just going to disappear like it. There's already been some cases. There was a famous case of a company whose CEO was the only one who had access to the $300 million Bitcoin account, and he mysteriously died. Totally legit.
Yes, definitely died.
There's that bloke who threw away a memory stick that was his cold storage wallet with something like £80 million worth of Bitcoin, and he keeps trying to get planning permission to dig up the rubbish tip where it's likely to be. He can't finance it because all of his Bitcoin's on that USB.
So, so a little story. So when Bitcoin first became a thing, literally very first.
When Bitcoin was born as a young
When
boy.
Bitcoin was born, because it's gone down a hell of a lot. 100% it dropped in the last day.
Do you mean £100?
Sorry, £100.
I was going 100%. It'd be worth nothing.
I can read, I swear. Yeah. So
Birds aren't real.
I can't remember what year it was, but I got a wallet and I had when it was really cheap. I'm talking you could get a Bitcoin for 20 quid. I had a Bitcoin on a hard drive somewhere.
Bitcoin.
A singular Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin got to what was it, 30, 40,000 per one, I was a bit sad because that hard drive's long gone and dead.
I had 80 whole Dogecoin and they disappeared into the blockchain and never re-emerged. So I don't know where they are. I have a few nano lying around, or a few bits of nano, but I don't have anything worth anything, and I really can't be bothered with keeping up with it. I've got investments in stocks, very limited investments, albeit, but I might start investing some more at some point, but I'm not sure I can be bothered to play the stock market. I know you can make big money, but I don't have the time or energy.
It's the time, energy, money required to do it.
I just put it in a medium interest savings account instead.
Yeah.
I'd rather get a guaranteed 2.1 from Chase than a potential 20 from the stock market, but also very easily the potential for negative 20.
Yeah.
Stocks,
no,
they go up, they go down. How do they work? No one really knows.
Well, I mean, sort of rounding off this episode, Twitter, when they were having it, last week or the week before, when they bought in Twitter Blue with the verified badges, and then people were pretending to be companies, saying really bad things.
Eli
and
Lilly.
Then that company's stock just tanked.
It wasn't bad things in the case of Eli Lilly, was it? Because it was, we're going to make insulin free now, which would genuinely be a good thing.
Oh, right, yes.
And then they got 16 billion wiped off their market cap.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was an amazing moment in Twitter history.
What company was that again?
Eli Lilly. Their actual handle's at LilyPad. At least in theory, but there's so many fake accounts out there now. There's Eli Lilly.
Interesting. In the last day, they've just not changed at all.
The markets are closed.
Oh, of course, it's weekend.
Yeah, it's Sunday.
Hold on. Yeah, but either way, they've completely flatlined for the last week. They've not changed at all.
They could have had trading suspended on there.
Do you reckon they had it suspended because of what was going on?
No, I've got this week they had a massive dip. There you go. I've got my trading 212 up, so I have it installed from the good old GameStop days.
Yes.
I made £150 on my GameStop stocks, and then I dropped my phone and had to replace the screen, and it was exactly the amount I got out of my bloody trades.
Tonbridge coin.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll scam you guys for a few million. Why not?
Yeah.
Tonbridge coin. Let's go.
I think you're massively overestimating how rich our fans are, Burridge. Why do I look at my shares portfolio? It's always depressing. I've invested in a firm that's out there trying to grow meat in a lab because it's better for the planet, and all they've done since I bought in is lose money. And it's just my bloody Rocket Lab shares are down by 50% as well. It's just can't even invest in rockets nowadays. Shake my goddamn head. But anyway, any more?
No, I think
no,
we've
that's
covered
it.
all our topics for this week.
Okay, all right. Fine then. And with that, that is us all done for this episode of Burridge and Tom Rambling On. If you like what you heard and you want to hear more, you can subscribe to Burridge and Tom over on YouTube or follow our podcast on your favourite podcast source. If you really like what you heard, then you can support us over on our forums. If you want to get involved with the community, you can join our Discord or tweet at us on Twitter for as long as that's still alive. The links to all these are more available over at burridgeandtom.com. And as always, I've been Tom.
And I've been Burridge.
Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next time with more nonsense. Goodbye.
Goodbye.